unwrapping a fresh pack. It's like the smell of it. Fresh. It's all fucking organized and neat. Shit, I forgot what day it is. Well, no, I got 40 cigarettes left, so pretty much almost done here. I don't know if I have 3 days or 4 days left, but I'm gonna smoke a cigar at the last one anyway. I did not do jack shit today, man. I was a lazy motherfucker. You know, I'm just gonna like do a marathon and try to do everything like in the last like 2 hours of the night. That's how I usually do shit. Now you really gotta get good at building your habits, you know. You gotta have like a timetable. In fact, I'm not doing anything for the whole day. Like, it just feels like there's no reason to do anything. I need something to build my fucking day around. My leg's feeling really good today, though. Like my foot. It's still sore. It's like achy, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. I'm gonna be back at it faster than I think I would. Some fucking kernel. Tomorrow I'm gonna shit out a fucking brick. I think I've run out of stuff to give a shit about, honestly. So I'm getting a little bit more into Warhammer now, but it's fucking cool, dude. I've always liked shit like that. Wonder if I should buy like a mall or something, try to put together. It'll probably look like shit though, so I don't know. That's right. I had all this shit I was supposed to do, and I keep forgetting to do it. It's not even really forgetting. Like, I know I'm supposed to do it, I just don't fucking give a fuck to do it. I fucking hate doing that, man. It's like something I do, like, constantly. Like, I'll have a list of shit I need to do, and I just won't fucking do any of it. I'll say next day, next day, next day. I need to get out of that fucking habit. That's something I need to break. I mean, like, it's kind of hard to bounce around work and, like, all the other shit you want to do to keep yourself sane. I can't even remember. I know we're fucking wrote it down somewhere. I actually remember the story about like how much I love blues. It's like it's a great like midnight music. It's like calming. It's very chill. It's really nice. But this one time I was on a blues kick. I was listening to that shit nonstop, and we got this crackhead who He was found rolling around the street screaming his fucking head off. And so we get on scene, fire's there, police is there, and there's this guy, he's in like a thermal blanket, he's rolling the fuck around, screaming his fucking head off, saying like something's biting him. And so, obviously when it comes to like meth heads, they like to pick, and so this guy's place, he liked to pick on his nuts. So he would just be picking on his nuts all day, constantly. What happened tonight is, I think maybe he just picked it too hard, or got infected, he started picking the fuck out and cut it open. So he had like, he cut open his fucking balls with his fingernails. And so he thought something was biting him because of the pain in his nuts. And so what he was doing, he was grabbing his dick and pulling it as hard as he fucking could up to his belly button and like pulling his nuts away because he thought like it was like keeping whatever's biting him away from his nuts. And he would not fucking let it go. He had a death grip, a fucking death grip, like white knuckles on that fucking cock, like pulling it hard as he fucking could. And he was not calming down whatsoever. He was fucking amped up, crazy, fucking angry, screaming like, fucking, something's biting me, get it the fuck off, just shit like that. And we want to get him the gun and just get him the fuck out of there, because we really ain't got no choice. And, he won't let go of his dick, and he won't stand up. So what a firefighter did, he grabbed him by his arm holding his dick, and basically used it like a handle. Like, he's fucking shoulder and down the cock, it's like a handle. Picked him up by it, grabbed his legs, put him in the gurney, buckled him in. Still won't let go of his dick, man. The guy's got a fucking death grip on the motherfucker. And so, he's still wigging the fuck out. And we're like, fuck this, dude. Let's just get the fuck out of here. We're not going to be able to put vitals on him because he's spazzing out. There's no way to talk to him to get any information, like about his name or whatever. So who fucking cares at this point? We get rolling. I fucking turn my blues up to get the fucking sound of screaming crackhead out of my ear. And like, all I hear from the back is just fucking silence. Like, this guy was wigging the fuck out, screaming his head off, and now there's silence, which is fucking alarming to me. It's like, why is there silence? And my homie tells me, dude, you put that on, and he stopped. He's like, oh no, that's real shit right there. Like, out of nowhere, he's fucking screaming like a meth head, and then just blues kick on. It's like, whoa, that's some real shit right there, bro. And he started speaking philosophy with my partner. So they're philosophizing the whole way to the fucking hospital, like night and day, dude. That was fucking wild. Which I didn't know shit like that could happen. I guess music really is like the fucking pathway to the soul. I don't know, I think I forgot the way someone described it. Seems a little better than that. Eyes are the window of the soul. Maybe music is the language of the soul. That makes sense, language of the soul. Some people don't calm down like that. Some people stay fucking aggroed. This one, like, whacked out chick, man, she did not calm down for hours. Like, driving all the way to the hospital, she's fucking wigging out. When we get into the hospital, she's wigging out. And it wasn't like she was being an asshole or anything. She was like, I guess you just call that like high energy. She was very high energy. And so she just she wasn't able to bring it down. And she was just fucking joking, laughing, sometimes flirting with whoever came by. Just saying wild shit, man. Wild fucking shit. I don't know, I think I got some rapport with her, so I was able to kind of make sure she didn't wander off. Because she was fucking pacing up and down the hallway, and I'm not gonna hold her in place because people like that will fucking explode. And that's exactly what happened after we gave care to the hospital. Is they put her in a room because of the threat she made against me and herself, and then she blew up. She had a fucking meltdown. So we had to wait for the caseworker to show up because the hospital wasn't going to deal with it and like give her a sitter because they were fucking short-staffed. So I get to fucking be basically like a temp sitter for her. And yeah, I fucking feel bad for the fucking guys at that fucking mental hospital's got to deal with her because she was saying all the shit she didn't like about them. And she had a fascination with one of them that she was telling me about. I guess she had like a crush or something. And she was talking about how later that night when she gets out of the hospital, she was going to make sure to corner him in his room. Or not his room. Get him into her room and then corner him and try to like, I guess, blackmail him into sex. It's like wild, dude. I feel bad for that fucking guy. I mean, she threatened to kick me in the dick enough times where it's like I started walking with my my left foot in front of my right and just kind of kept my pose, so I got my dick at like an angle where she can't fucking have an easy punch strike at it. I don't think she was actually gonna hit me. I think she's just one of those people that whatever pops into their head, they just say out loud. So I think that's what she was doing. Because she would fucking bounce all over the place. We'd be talking about like someone in her family raping her and she wanted to fucking... I think she told me like her plan was she was gonna have sex with him and then like poison him or something. Or kill him, I don't know. And then she'd go on to like, oh hey, you're handsome, do you wanna fuck? Or a nurse would pass us by. And she'd say like, oh, she's sexy, I'm gonna go fuck her. And she's she said, oh man, she's giving you the fuck you eyes, huh? At that point, I wasn't even fucking acting really professional anymore. I was just kind of rolling with whatever she was saying. And it's just like talking to like a kid or a drunk at that point. Like, just fucking roll with it. Obviously, just keep them calm for as long as you can keep them calm before you can, like, give them to somebody else to take care. Obviously, her caseworker fucking has a better job taking care of her. I'm not gonna fucking try to keep her in line. I'm gonna fucking keep her, like, from fucking herself up or fucking someone else up, but it's not my fucking job to fucking hold her shoulder when she's trying to race around. Then what would happen? She would freak the fuck out, have a meltdown, then we'd be fighting, and then like everyone would have to jump in to wrestle her, and then we'd have to do restraints. Like, fuck that, man. Like, let her have her fucking fun. And I'm glad I made that choice, because we ended up waiting for like a fucking hour and a half. Like, at the hospital. Like, wrestling with a fucking, like, fucked up chick for an hour and a half. That doesn't really sound like something I want to do. And women can fucking fight, dude. Like, especially when they're real pissed off. Like, they can put, like, their entire heart and soul into fucking trying to gouge your fucking eyes out. It's fucking personal, motherfucker. They just see red. That's all there is to it. Like, guys at some point will be like, alright, it kind of hurts me to fight back, so I'm gonna give up. And women, no, dude, they will keep fucking fighting. And you don't want to hurt them too, so you're kind of like, you're subconsciously holding yourself back because you don't want to throw them around or fucking hurt them by holding them too hard, but you gotta fucking hold them hard enough or else they'll fucking break loose and punch you or your friends in the face. fucking threats has something to do with my dick, though. I don't know what's her, like, deal with, like, her fucked up sexual trauma or whatever. But yeah, she threatened to stab me in the dick, kick me in the dick, punch me in the dick, everything. And of course, the nurses were taking note of everything she was saying so they could, at the end of the day, leave her in a fucking room with, like, only a mattress. Because she threatened to hang herself a couple times as well. I mean, I don't think she would have. I think she was just fucking emotional and she just saying whatever popped into her head, but still. It fucking scares the shit out of me. Some of these patients that we get there are, like, very obviously, like, wigged out on drugs or insane. I'm in the same town as them. Like, what happens when they recognize me at a Walmart and want to follow me out to my car because I pissed them off? I mean, I can't imagine what that fucking... Whoever that orderly is that she was talking about she wanted to fuck, that guy's in for a fucking world of hurt. A girl like that, once she gets in, like, him into an alone in a room with no cameras, she can allege whatever she wants to allege about him and then kind of blackmail him to whatever she wants, which of course is sex. And there's plenty of women like that that are, like, frequent flyers in the medical scene. Usually we keep track and we'll warn people. Like, one time I picked up a lady from the mental ward, taken her to the hospital for a checkup, and, like, they told me, yeah, she's made false rape allegations in the past, so mind your fucking P's and Q's. And those people, I'm the fucking nicest to. Absolutely. I am not trying to piss them off and catch a charge just because they fucking, later on the day, is like, oh man, you know what, that guy was kind of rude to me. I'm gonna go try to fuck his life up. Especially because I'm usually working with, like, with men. Like, 2 guys in an ambulance. When it comes to, like, picking up, like, a woman that's, like, emotional distress or, like, is mentally ill, they see the dynamic and kind of what they can do in terms of that. And then, of course, like, they're never too happy about it either. Which is great is when we have, like, women we can work with, deal with them, so take out that legal liability for us, and, you know, they gain that rapport with, like, women. I don't gotta deal with that shit. Sometimes you don't, though. Sometimes it's like, alright, system's packed, I wish I could get you, like, a female EMT, but you're just gonna have to suck it up, come with us. In which case, I always, like, document our mileage. I document, I make sure there's witnesses. You spread the liability out. So, like, you have police or firefighters on scene, and they're not leaving until you're buckled up and you're leaving. That way they had witness that nothing happened on scene outside their knowledge. You document the mileage to dispatch, write down your report very thoroughly. You take a very fast route to the hospital, make sure no like, errors outside of, like, the time with whatever's going on. If you are delayed by, like, a train or traffic, you make sure to fucking call dispatch, let them know so they can add it to the report. But you really gotta guard yourself. This one lady, she was very, very odd. It's like homeless, very obviously. And she said, like, I heard from the cop, talking to the cop, he's like, yeah, she told me that she got raped, like, 12 years ago. She wants to go to the hospital right now for it. And then she told me something else. She told me that she's been raped every single day of her life, up from since she was, like, 4 or something. And of course, me, like, I'm putting on the defense. I'm being as nice as I can be. Whatever fucking crazy shit she's saying, I'm fucking agreeing with. I'm gonna get her from that point to the hospital with as much witness and as little time as possible, document mileage, etc., etc. Of course, the nurses were fucking pissed off because they had to bring in, you know, a special division unit for all the stuff because they have to treat it exactly how they would like an actual rape, even though it's kind of just some craziness. I think exactly what was in her mind, because I was letting her talk and she was talking a mile a minute. What I kind of got the thought of is she fell asleep last night and she woke up and some of her stuff was missing. And so I think she equates like rape to just you not having control over something in your life. So she went to sleep, somebody came by and stole her shit. She was pissed off and she wanted to count as a rape. That's my thoughts and possibility of what could happen, but it could have been something completely else. I could be completely wrong. It could have been she actually did get raped. In which case they did an investigation, they probably examined her, and you know, they followed it from there. I think my hardest issues dealing with like rape victims is I'm a man. Like obviously it's very hard for me to gain a rapport with somebody in a situation like that. They're very defensive, they're very unhappy with what's going on. You got to be very gentle, very reassuring, very clearly aware of boundaries, especially when it comes to putting like vitals on them and talking to them. Yeah, it's really just walking on fucking eggshells the whole way. Especially when someone like they're very emotional, they're not making the best decisions. Sometimes in the middle of the ride they'll just say, you know what, fuck it, just let me out and I'll walk home. And like they'll have like all their clothes off or something. Like they're only wearing like a blanket from the waist down. And then comes, well, hold on, we're just almost out of the hospital, just wait just a little bit longer. And you gotta get kind of like a debate, just kind of buying time until you get there so you can transfer care. It's like the last thing I'm gonna do is like, I treat people like I would my family. I'm not gonna let like a sister or a mother or a daughter of mine like walk home without her fucking clothes on. I mean, of course it's their choice, but unless I get like a definite like no, I want to be let out exactly this moment, or that could be a kidnapping charge, and there's the issue. So I mean, you just kind of do it just the same way a cop would. You just kind of learn how to use your words in an effective way to navigate legality. Even that means you gotta lie. Fucking lie plenty of times. It's like, don't you need to go to the hospital so you can pursue justice? Or think about the justice of what you deserve and the justice of making sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. I think I managed to appease her for long enough to get to the hospital and transfer care, but that could have gone pretty fucking different if I didn't fucking lie to myself. Stuff like that you really don't get a warning on though, because usually people won't tell you, or they won't like pay attention enough to see. I think it should have been fucking obvious. She wasn't wearing any fucking clothes from the waist down. Like she's walking around like completely nude, and like the cops didn't decide to give her a blanket or something. The moment I saw, I fucking went back to the ambulance to get a blanket to wrap around her. I don't know, I think some people just get nervous around shit. And they decide, well, my action will be inaction because I don't know what to do, which is kind of unacceptable, especially for something like that. One girl, they actually noticed at the hospital, like bruises and like signs that she could have been raped. She didn't tell us, obviously, because of me being a man, my partner being a man, and firefighters and cops also being men. She felt like not comfortable at all to talk about what happened. She told us she thinks someone might have drugged her, but she left everything out. And the issue is with like women today, a lot of them will wear like very skimpy clothing. She was wearing like a shirt unbuttoned and like a bra underneath, and everything else was normal clothes, but in the moment, I think we all thought it was like her style. Like that was her outfit, because people go to fucking like raves over there, and they'll wear fucking like bikinis, and that could have been right. But she was very well, disagreeable with us. I think she was kind of lashing out because we were men. It's unfortunate because they don't trust us. I mean, why would they? You've just been raped. And we did the best we could to, get her to the hospital for whatever. Because at that time, we had no idea. All we knew was, she's acting erratic. We don't really know what's wrong with her, but she's saying she could have been drugged, so... Well, we'll take her to the hospital if that's where she wants to go. But she didn't want to fucking move or anything. She didn't want to be touched. She didn't want to fucking give us her information. She tried calling 911 in front of us. Like the cop, firefighter, and us were all there. She said she wanted to call someone to pick her up or something, and she called 911. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense now talking about it, but of course in the moment we had no idea. Then the nurse, getting like a urine sample from her, noticed the bruises, and then she called from there. But I guess if anything, I should just be happy I got her to the hospital. Because it was kind of like an argument with her to get her to go in the first place. It really goes to show you, the one thing you got to keep track of is your temper. You can't just lose your temper. Even if, someone's pissing you off, there could be something that you're not picking up. Until someone's just, very actively just verbally abusing you, it's like, fuck you, dude, fuck off. Usually it's when it comes to women, you really gotta watch out for the really drunk, sloppy ones. Because sometimes they don't care anymore. They'll be wearing no clothes, little clothes, very opening you up to fucking lawsuit. And one thing I learned from one of my partners is just this fucking genius move. You get a blanket, one of our blankets, and you cut a hole in the middle and you just put it over them and you just wear it like a poncho. It covers up all the fucking bits. Which is great to fucking make sure we're not showing her off to everyone we're passing by. I think some women either they don't fucking know because they're too drunk or they don't care. I remember this one alcoholic chick, she wasn't wearing anything underneath her hoodie. She's like, can I take this off? And immediately her fucking tits come out. And I just grab a blanket. I don't even fucking say anything about it. I just grabbed a blanket and said, are you cold? I'm gonna cover you up. And boom, fucking disaster averted. I'm not trying to write down that shit in my fucking report. I'm not trying to catch a charge fucking later on because she decided, she wasn't very happy that she showed me her tits. That's pretty fucking tame from the stories I've heard, though. I remember this one story I heard from an EMT, and he told me this fucking meth head prostitute started fingering herself on his fucking gurney. Getting fucking period blood all over herself and her fucking, the cot, and saying some wild shit to him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was just, fucking huddled in the corner and just waiting, praying to God they got to the fucking hospital soon enough. How do you fucking deal with that? I think me personally, I'd tell her to fucking stop, and she's like, fuck no, I'm not stopping. Well, fuck, I'm out of fucking options now. What a fucking mess. see the same from men sometimes though. Just wearing nothing, but usually it's like a perversion kind of thing. Like they're trying to show and tell to like whatever female responder shows up. And unlucky for them, or lucky for them, they fucking got a man. And they can fucking flop their dick around at us instead. I think that was actually one of my first calls when I was getting on here. 18 years old, fucking helping a drunk guy to the fucking, like, car. His pants come down, he starts wagging his dick around at us. I feel like people really do pick on, like, the student EMTs. Like, they do that a lot. I think it's because we, like, have this, like, lack of confidence with us because we're just getting in it, we're not really sure what we're doing. I think, me personally, I had this, like, really, she was, like, 30 or 40, and we're in the back, I was with my preceptor. It's kind of like it's like a ride-along, it's how you kind of learn, like, everything you learn in EMS is learned on the job. Like, we do book work for, like, 5%, everything else you learn on the job. So you got someone very experienced to, like, tell you how shit works, and, like, lead you through some stuff to get you some experience. And this lady started fucking feeling up my thigh, moving like my inner thigh. I didn't know what to fucking do. I was fucking scared. Fucking 18 years old, you got this 30, 40-year-old fucking lady working her way up your fucking thigh. They don't fucking say anything in that in the book, dude. Like, I didn't know whether to fucking snap at her, or fucking just move her hand, or what. I just kind of froze up. My preceptor handled it perfectly, though. It's like a fucking experienced EMT, dude. It's like very, like, thorough, like, firmly, but not very aggressive. Just keep your hands to yourself. She stopped. I aspire to be like that, dude. This one student that we got, dude. Again, like a 30 or 40-year-old lady. For some reason, it's always them. Like, he was a younger guy, and she didn't feel up his thigh, she just held his hand. And I wasn't in the back to kind of shut that down. I don't think she was flirting with him at the time. I think, like, no, she wasn't just drunk, she was also, like, zanned up. So, she's holding his hand and stuff, she's crying. And we get to the hospital, she says she tried to roll some dice, like, hey, how old are you? It's like, oh my god, woman, put it back in your fucking pants. I guess she saw, like, the fucking end of their little fucking hand holding, so you want to fucking take her shot. Good god. I mean, of course, for women, like, they held back. Like, men will see what they can get away with, like, women in EMS, but when they're new, you really gotta fucking be a barrier there. The experienced lady EMTs will be very fucking cut and dry with people when they start to pull that shit. But the new ones, they might freeze up the same way like I did. So you gotta pay attention. But sometimes it's not like fucking horrible, like they're gonna feel them up. Because they know, like, yeah, that can catch them a charge. Sometimes it's something stupid, like they'll fucking flirt in a very, like, innocent way. I had one guy, he fucking started trying to serenade one. Like, we had a student, like, out of nowhere, he started singing to her. Like, nothing dirty, just like a fucking... I think the guy used to be maybe in a mariachi band or something. He started trying to serenade her. It was kind of funny. He was an older guy, like, really old. Old people don't give a fuck. Old people will fucking flirt or fucking grab anyone if they felt like doing it. I think my old partner, he told me, like, an old lady, like, straight up just fucking grabbed his junk. It's like, right out from down under. Boom, boy. I don't know, I've yet to be cup checked. People have grabbed my ass before, like men and women. usually pretty old. It's never like they grab and try to get their fingers up your crack. It's like they kind of disguise as they're trying to get your attention or something. They just give you a grab, like, come here, boy, I want to talk to you. I never even really acknowledge it, honestly. I remember one guy had some fucking nuts on him. He just called because he was lonely and drunk, basically. But as we were leaving, he called out to my fucking partner, who's a female. He said, do you want to come in bed with me? He's like, the fucking... Really, dude? Like, next time call a fucking prostitute. They're cheaper than us. Fucking guy. But you gotta be ready for people like that. Because those are our fucking customers, man. A lot of them don't fucking care. I kind of just don't feel like smoking anymore, honestly. Like, I'm feeling like the fucking cravings, but like the desire for a nicotine high, I really just not feeling it. Like, I don't feel like getting out of bed to do it. I don't feel like stopping what I'm doing. Like, before this, I went to fucking eat first because I know these kill your appetite. But I feel like it's not changing. My dependence on these isn't changing, so... I mean, obviously I've developed, like, cravings for myself, but it's nowhere near, like, a solid addiction where I feel like I have to come out here and smoke. I don't know if I could develop that by, like, doing this for, like, way longer, or smoking way more, but I definitely don't feel like smoking more than a carton of these. So I'm gonna smoke this carton, I'm gonna fucking pinch it off with a nice cigar, and then that's gonna be it. And I'll see what happens. Maybe like I was more addicted than I thought. Maybe like it'll actually hit me hard, and I'll be fucking show the signs of withdrawal, where I'll be fucking irritable, I'll be finicky, I'll be kind of angry. I know that's what happens. People get really stressed out when they quit. I know one of my friends told me he gets like headaches and shit, which sucks because he works a fucking job as an EMT. So that just adds to his stress and makes the headache even worse. I might have chosen the perfect time to do this, so I don't have to deal with that shit. That means I'm gonna smoke the rest of these bitches. When they're playing like Warhammer Rogue Trader, it's pretty great. I kind of like role-playing games. I didn't think I was gonna be into this game, but it is pretty. I like games that are kind of deep and like they give you a lot of choice. A lot of the games that have like RPG elements, it's very severely lacking. It's very obvious, like a wrong choice and a right choice. Unfortunately, I think Cyberpunk is like kind of a failure as an RPG. Like it's got the elements there, but there's pretty clearly like a right and a wrong choice. Then you got like 4 endings to choose from. Obviously, the only fucking choice anyone ever wants to do is like Don't Fear the Reaper, because that's like the best fucking ending there is. No one dies. It's just fucking badass, dude. You roll in there by yourself and you start fucking shit up. I mean, of course, you can't do the Nomad ending that way, though. But, I mean, why would you want to do your Nomad ending, let everyone die? Fuck that. I mean, Judy's hot, but Panam's the fucking wife, bro. Like, she's obviously one of those chicks that's, like, really fucking annoying to deal with sometimes, but it's part of her fucking charm, bro. But she fucks you in a tank. He doesn't want to get fucked in a tank. Cyberpunk is fucking cool, dude. Like the lore, I wish they got more into like the AI stuff and it being like hell itself, like demons coming into the world, like AIs across a black wall. You really don't feel that unless you read into the lore a bit longer, like learning how the world works. Like the biggest problem you fucking see is just Arasaka, or just like gangs. But they kind of leave that off a little bit. I wish they did because it's just so fucking cool. It really develops the world, you know, like fucking. It's that great motif where it's like high fantasy, but it's tech high fantasy, kind of like well, not Warhammer. Warhammer's pretty high fantasy. It's like Skyrim. If you were playing Skyrim, but like all the magic was because of like mutations or technology, stuff like that's just fucking cool. I think Fallout did that a little bit with like radiation and stuff, but you don't really feel the magic as much. I think Cyberpunk's like pretty sick with that. That new DLC was a fucking banger. That shit was fucking awesome. And it touches on it pretty good. I think I've only ever played as either like Netrunner or just Blade Guy in Cyberpunk. I don't really fuck with the weapons that much. The first time I played through it, I used Revolver. But my character was a fucking mess. Like I made a fucking, like as a joke, I made like a lady with a dick and a deep voice, and I thought it was the funniest shit ever. And so then like it's fucking weird because that cop guy tries to bang you on the water tower, which made it really awkward out of nowhere. I kind of remember me, oh wait, I made my fucking character retarded, that's right. And I would purposely design her like her wardrobe, or I guess his, so his dick was hanging out, so I'd be flying around like shooting people and then my dick's flying around with me. I thought they'd put in a multiplayer by now. I kind of thought it was going to turn into like a new GTA, but I guess I was wrong about that. Every fucking playthrough I've ever done, I've always just used that the Akira bike because it's just so fucking cool. Netrunner's fucking OP as shit though. I kind of wish they did a little bit better with Johnny Silverhand. Like Keanu Reeves is fucking cool, but as a voice actor, he really dropped the ball. It's just, he just doesn't, you don't, all you hear when you hear like a fucking Keanu Reeves line is just, you see him in the fucking sound studio with a script of paper, you don't really feel like he's there. And like V has the same problem, but sometimes he pulls it together for a really good one. Jackie's voice actor was fucking phenomenal. Takamura was too. I mean, I guess they kind of leaned into that to sell the game. It's like Keanu Reeves is on this shit. Just guess you can't really back out of that. I just wish you put a little bit, well, I wouldn't really call it effort. Like, he put in effort, obviously. I don't think he's ever done voice acting like that before. He's an actor. I mean, he doesn't fucking love The Matrix, dude. When it comes to Fallout, I think my favorite is New Vegas. The only problem is I played through it so many times, like, you don't feel it anymore. Like, you've already done every ending, you've done, like, every single kind of walk through the Mojave. So it's like the same thing every time. It's kind of lost the meaning. You don't feel the RPG elements as much as you would the first time because you've already been through every choice. And honestly, like, the gameplay's fun, but it's just unpolished. Like, the game itself was like released kind of early. so can't really be blamed for that. It's unfortunate, like the Caesar's fucking quest lines kind of got fucking dogged, but it is what it is. I think my go-to ending would have to be like House. I know like some people see that as like an issue because he's a dictator, but I feel like a dictator doesn't fly very well. And this, in a world that we live in, we don't like dictators very much because they encroach on freedom, obviously. But if you think about kind of the world that Fallout is, a dictator is kind of like the means to an end for a situation like that. You really don't have a choice. A democracy doesn't last very fucking long in like a situation like that, and it doesn't work well, and it just fucks over a lot of people. A dictatorship and like it's like humanity's answer to a situation like that. In times of strife, there has to be like very quick action decided by someone who knows what he's doing. Like obviously now we want to fight over everything, but there's not like a reason that we need to do anything quickly. Like, it sucks. Not being able to buy my groceries suck, but I'm not having to exit the fucking house in body armor and a gun yet. We haven't got martial law yet. But I think like House probably is like the true ending for that. Like he's got a plan, you know. Some people don't like it because he wants to wipe out the Brotherhood of Steel, but at the same time, like they're not really useful in any way to bettering humanity. Obviously, over in the Capital Wasteland, it's different. They wanted to kind of help people out. With the Brotherhood of the Mojave, they have a good time just kind of shooting people to take technology back. They're not very nice. And, you know, they're not like doing anything that's gonna help anybody. They're happy enough to just kind of hang out in their bunker all day. And obviously, like, it's a preemptive strike. Like Father Elijah, he wanted to take Helios 1 because obviously he could just start nuking everything around him. But Brotherhood of Steel would not coexist with Mr. House. It's very obvious at some point they would have been fucking fighting each other, where they're like the Brotherhood of Steel gets enough like big boys to take a shot at New Vegas, or House's efforts to kind of develop technology would result in a strike from them. But getting them out of the way early was the right choice to make, even though he doesn't justify it the way he should have. For him, it seems more like he just wants to wipe them out because they're pissing him off. But in reality, they can't possibly coexist. Some people think like yes man ending is the way to go in that case, because then you can choose which like factions stay and which ones go, but that's different. You need a person like Mr. House who has like actual vision and resources to make that vision happen. I don't think you as a player really do. You're a mailman. And sure, you'd have power, but when it comes to like actual rulership, you wouldn't be doing very good a job. I think New Vegas would fucking disintegrate under the player's rule. NCR just becomes NCR, you take over New Vegas, and then, you know, they get fucked. And then NCR, of course, would then, you know, succumb to its own fucking corruption that's very heavenly implied to be what's already taking out the NCR. And Caesar would just kind of burn out. Obviously, Caesar's not going to last very long. He's going to fucking die eventually from fucking brain cancer or just old age. And then it would just be the same as Rome. Like, he modeled his empire after Rome, and then of course it would fall in the exact same way as Rome. You run out of people to conquer, you're losing your income that everything is being supported on. And then of course when Caesar the figurehead dies, it would just turn into everybody, and there's certain areas that have influence, you just start fighting over the remains of the empire. I think that's why probably a house is like the ultimate choice. Of course, some people would disagree with that, obviously. All I'm saying is fuck taxes, bro. Fuck taxes. I'm getting pretty into Warhammer lore, dude, and it's pretty fucking sick. I loved fucking Event Horizon, and I think I remember Event Horizon was supposed to be like a prequel for Warhammer, because the guy who made it was an avid Warhammer fan. It'd be cool if we had something like that. I know Warhammer's really taking off now. I heard it's because like everyone's kind of jumping ship on Star Wars. They want to find some other kind of like space odyssey epic shit to get into. Like Warhammer's like the best choice. But that kind of sucks because then like I've heard Games Workshop is already kind of bending the knee when it comes to like current politics. So Harry might be jumping ship on that pretty soon here too. But so far the game's been pretty good, dude. I think like Space Marine 2 is like kind of really big one that caught on. Because I honestly haven't heard of any of the other ones. Is it Darksiders? No, Darktides. Warhammer Darktide. That's the one I played, and like I found out it through like my friends, because we all like to play Warhammer a lot, even though I had no real interest in the lore. But I think Space Marine 2 is like caught on big time with everyone, so that'll probably mean we're gonna get a lot more like Warhammer video games and movies and shit. Which would be cool if they do it right. If they don't, well, that fucking sucks. But the lore's fucking awesome, dude. I mean, it's grimdark. It's like almost kind of satirical because of how fucking awful everything is, but it's interesting. And it's interesting, like, because that grimness is exactly how humanity would respond. The only way they could respond to shit like Tyranids and fucking those fucking skull skeleton guys. These guys are dicks. I feel like I get really obsessive about stuff every now and then. Like I'll get into something new and I'll just kind of zone the fuck in on it for like a really long time until I lose interest, and then I'll move on to something else. But like Warhammer lore is fucking deep, dude. Like the wiki is like fucking miles long. I feel like I've got enough there to fucking satiate my interest for a long fucking time. Wouldn't mind getting some fucking figurines in here, but they're so fucking expensive. Then again, I'm very fucking like bad at dealing with like things that are really small, so I'll probably just fuck it up. I think I was watching like body camera footage of like drunk people driving into shit and like playing the PvP aspect of Warhammer, and yeah, it's like exactly the reasons like I was fucking hesitant about it in the first time. It's exactly what I found out. Like this game doesn't really seem like it was made for PvP, so it's just weird. It's clunky when you do it. I ended up just going as sniper for most of the time. And that way you just kind of flank everybody and just turn your fucking camo on every time you get in a bad situation. With the sniping's pretty cool, especially when you can get someone off guard. I've always liked that shit in games, like flanking around people and getting a bunch of fucking W's. But obviously the fucking PvE aspect of the game is like why you play it. but I kind of hope they're adding something new. I played through the same missions like long enough. I think the only character I haven't really fucked with is Bulwark, just because like his shield is alright, but it because I want to parry. That's what I want to do. When I was playing heavy, I just wanted to fucking roll out of the way because it's kind of difficult to parry with. But Bulwark, I have fucking a big issue parrying because it just activates the shield. You're supposed to double tap it, but even then I'm fucking up. But I got like way into heavy. I didn't think I would get into heavy because like I like to just smash the melee button again and again, but heavy I actually got into. Like I actually started like taking some fucking hits with that motherfucker. He's pretty great. I need to plan a trip. I'm really starting to fucking get irritated by this town. Usually when that happens, I'll drive out in the desert as far as I can go and just go walk out so there's nothing around me anymore and just stare at the stars for a while. But I feel like enough is enough. I need to get out of this fucking town. I need to plan a trip. So you need to get a travel agent. It's probably expensive, but I don't know how to do anything. Like planning trip flights and like making sure everything lines up. You need to get to Alaska. I'm gonna see the northern lights. Probably do it sometime outside of winter because I don't want to fucking die. What the fuck was that? Of course, all my vacation days are gone, so I'm gonna have to work that back up. But I need goals. I think last year I set goals for myself and I managed to get through every single fucking one of them, but this year I haven't. I think that's why I'm fucking stagnating. I need to have some shit I need to be doing. What I would do is I'd write them down on my wall, so that way I'd fucking wake up and I'd see them, and then that would be on my mind. I really need to make them now. I need to get something to do. It'll probably be either like traveling, getting baptized, something like that. That way I'm fucking actively moving towards it. I need to get back in my hobbies too. Been sitting around too long. It's starting to become my norm. That's definitely just unacceptable, really. Because if I got like this, like stagnant, like as an older man, like I would be sick by now. I'd be dying. I think as an older man, like once you start sitting down, like that's it. Like your body starts to decline. You start getting your health problems. You can't do stuff anymore. You have to keep doing stuff. If you stop doing stuff, you lose it all. Like for me, obviously I've lost my progress, so I gotta work my progress back up. But unless I start doing it, I'm gonna still sit here on my fucking couch and do jack shit with my fucking time. It needs to be on my fucking my prime directive, man. I need to tattoo that shit on my fucking forehead so I don't do it. I'd say the way I'm living now is pretty unacceptable. I really thought I wasn't doing much by now, you know? I'm definitely in a rut. So I'm gonna start climbing out of that rut. So that's like 31 cigarettes I still got left to smoke. Still don't remember what fucking day it is, so whatever. Fuck off.